Hello there, people. I should probably get in the center of the camera out. Why is my camera in like awkward position? Oh, that's why. Because I got two cameras, and the other one is facing downwards because I do use it to record F1, and I got a steering wheel. Anyway, yeah. I'm not even on the right page. This is very professional, David. You haven't got the lighting on. I haven't got my green screen back. I just thought I'd just, thought I'd just stream that. I forgot to put my video live, actually. That's what I forgot to do. Hello, AFL Legend, how you doing? Sorry, there's a video I forgot to put live. Let me just put it on now. There we go. Hang on. Be right with you. Okay, that's alright. Hello, Flynn Stanford, how you doing? You got 7 out of 9, I got 6. It says I got 5, but I got 6. Collingwood's still updating. Let me see. It still says I got 5, but I got 6. As you can see, I got 6. So that's literal proof there. I got the first 3 games wrong. I tipped Geelong against Richmond. I went off form. Geelong did lose their first 3 games, but won every game since then. And meanwhile, Richmond were not doing very well. And yes, they beat West Coast last week, but that's beating West Coast. That's not much. I thought Richmond would lose. I was wrong. Richmond did have, I'm sorry, not Richmond. Geelong had like 9 injuries, including Paddy, but still I got that wrong. This one's the embarrassing one. I don't know what I was going. I need to rewatch my last tipping video because I don't know what I was thinking at the time when I said, "Oh yeah, let's." Wait, hang on a sec. Sorry, I was playing music over the stream. I just wanted to, because it was, I was kind of wanted to sing along and I was talking at the same time and just like, yeah, I can't multitask. Anyway, yeah, as I was saying, like, I don't know what was going through my mind when I tipped that. What I should have done was I should have tipped Gold Coast and I should have put my gauntlet on Gold Coast at the same time because it would have been perfect to get them out of the way. But I did get Adelaide on St Kilda, so not the worst gauntlet tip to go for. And then Sydney. Look, both of these teams having, under par seasons. I thought at the SCG Sydney would beat Freo. Apparently not. I'm just like, okay then. So like, I don't think this is a bad tip, and I don't think this is a bad tip. But this one's definitely a bad tip. So I should have had 7, but I got 6. But yeah, I got all of these right. I got Port right easily. I got Melbourne right easily. I got Brisbane right. Essendon did well in the first half, but then didn't turn up in the second. I got this right. It was close at the end, but Bulldogs managed to get there. They almost choked to the chokers. Adelaide, St Kilda got that surprisingly easily. I thought Saints would be a bit closer than that. And Collingwood Giants obviously got that easily. So like most of the ones I got right were blowouts, but I should have got this though. I don't know what was going through my mind, to be honest. Grass 10 got 8. Fair play. I got 6, but it's saying I got 5. It's fraudulent. There you go. Now I got 6. 58. I got 6. There you go. And now it's confirmed. Now it's official. But it should be 7 because I'm an idiot. But my gauntlet was Adelaide. And that's a pretty big gauntlet tip. So that's fair play. People thought I was taking a risk. Well, I did take a risk and it paid off very handsomely. AFL Legend got Tigers and Freo wrong. Okay, yeah. So like I got what you got wrong, except for I thought I'd be an idiot here. I thought, oh, maybe West Coast might win. Oh, it's in Western Australia. No. It's interesting because off the first few rounds they didn't seem that bad, but now they're just getting smashed every week. What a difference a few weeks makes, eh? Right. This could be the round of the season, at least so far anyway. You got Port taking on Melbourne. Big test for Port. It's at Adelaide Oval as well. It's massive. North Sydney, I think, could be quite big as well. When you consider Sydney are on very bad form, North could potentially do something. They could pose a threat, at least make it a close game. So it could be quite a good game. Or it could be Sydney smashing them. Who knows? Western Bulldogs, Adelaide. I expect the Bulldogs to win that at Mars, but you never know. Adelaide have got some good wins this season. Might not be the best game of the round, but you never know. Freo Geelong at Optus. I don't see Freo standing a chance, if I'm being honest, but you never know. Then you got the Q Clash. Q Clash has not been the greatest of AFL rivalries, but this could be quite a good one. You never know. Essendon Richmond is massive. So you got Port Melbourne and Essendon Richmond. These are huge, huge games, and so is Carlton Collingwood. All of those in the same round. These are season-defining games from all 6 of those teams. And then you got Hawthorn West Coast, which is also season-defining because these two are 17th and 18th. This could well decide who gets the spoon. So there's massive in Tasmania. You would think Hawthorn should win that. And Giants and St Kilda as well. Could be quite interesting. So, yeah, but still, like, you got 3 huge games. You got 1 potential spoon decider. You got the Q Clash. And you got a few potential upsets. So this could be the best round of the season. It could be. Or it could just be all blowouts. We don't know. You never know these days of AFL. It's very unpredictable. But that's the thing. Because it's unpredictable, you never know. This could be game of the round. Anything can happen. Hello, Mason. How you doing? Adelaide beat the Dogs at Ballarat last year by 1 point. Oh, that's interesting. 8 out of 9 this round. Sydney let you down. I don't expect them to lose to Freo at home because Freo also not having a good season. So they're literally like, they were on the same points until that game. But yeah, I got my 6, so it is what it is. Right, it's time to start tipping this. I'm going for Port Adelaide. It's happening. Adelaide by 11 against Melbourne. Okay. The thing is, I don't trust Sydney, but North haven't won a game since round 2. So I'm just like, can North do it? I don't know. I don't watch enough of North. You guys know better. Do North stand a chance against Sydney? I'm curious. How have North been playing? Because the main game I watched of them, I think, was Hawthorn beating them. So that was in like, what? A few rounds ago? Round 4 or something? Round 3? You got the West Coast game wrong. I needed recovery. No chance is the first answer. I mean, my mind is saying Sydney, but part of me is also thinking, oh, what if North do it? Because of Sydney's bad form. You're a North fan playing very average. North shouldn't, but with how bad the Suns have been, it's not out of the question. Decisions, alright, I'm going to go Sydney. Western Bulldogs, Adelaide. I'm going to go with the Dogs. I'm mainly going off home advantage, not because of favouritism. If this was at the Oval, I'd go for Adelaide. But they're both, I wouldn't say similar seasons. I'd say Western Bulldogs had a terrible start first 2 rounds and then were very good after that. Adelaide they've been alright all season, I guess. They've had a few bad games, sure, but they haven't looked too bad at any point. But I'm just giving it. Yeah, I know Adelaide won at Ballarat last year. I did see that comment, but this time I'll go with the Bulldogs. But that could be quite a good game because it's 6 versus 8. That could be a very interesting game. Freo Geelong. I remember I think it was 2018. I think when Geelong were Man of Premiers that year as well. I remember tipping Freo to beat Geelong, and it was the most ridiculous tip ever. And like 10 people commented like, "Are you an idiot?" And then Freo won that game. I don't think it's happening again, unfortunately. I think Geelong will beat them. Just haven't seen enough in Freo this season. I mean, they just beat Sydney, but that's Sydney, so yeah. And I would assume Geelong have players back by then, the players that were missing against Richmond. Brisbane, I think, will win the Q Clash, but I would actually not be surprised if Gold Coast won that game. You never know. but I'm giving Brisbane the Gabba advantage. This year, they've made Gabba a bit of a fortress. They've beaten Melbourne and they've beaten Collingwood there. Collingwood's one loss was to Brisbane at the Gabba. So it's hard for me to go against Brisbane at the Gabba this season. It's just hard for me to say, oh, they're going to lose this game. They beat Collingwood at the Gabba. Collingwood have lost one game, and that's the game they lost. So I can't go against the Lions at the Gabba. I can't do it. Essendon, Richmond. This is huge. Huge. Essendon were top 4 going into the Collingwood game. Since then, they've been losing and losing and losing. Richmond have they lost more than they've won? Yeah, they've lost more than they've won. Richmond have won 3 games. And 2 of those were recently, like last 2 games. But yeah, they won their last 2 games. Momentum-wise, you'd go Richmond, right? What do you guys think? I'm just going off the last few games. Essendon were very good to start, but since they lost to Collingwood, they've lost. They kept on losing. But they've had some big games, to be fair. They lost to Collingwood, lost to Brisbane at the Gabba. It's not like they're losing easy games. But this is another test. Confidence could be low. Richmond won the last 2. So you never know. That rhymes. I don't mean that to rhyme, but it rhymes. Despite Sydney... Oh yeah, I read that one. Both teams were 0-2 and now in fire. Yep. That was such a big brain tip. Gauntlet, Hawthorn or Brisbane. I think I'm going to go Hawthorn. Just because it's to get Hawthorn out the way. I mean, Hawthorn beating West Coast is surely the one time where Hawthorn might be favourites. You tipped Hawks for your Gauntlet. Will I go Hawthorn for the Gauntlet? Yeah, I think I'm going to. I was going to go either Hawthorn or North Melbourne, but considering what you guys have said, not going North Melbourne. Because I want to get North out of the way at some point, but I don't know what game to put it on because they're so bad. But so are Hawthorn, and so are West Coast. Thankfully, Hawthorn are playing West Coast this week. They beat Melbourne there too. Richmond Brisbane beat Melbourne and Collingwood at the Gabba. Sorry. Richmond have won 8 Dreamtime games in a row. Essendon haven't been great for the last couple of weeks. Collingwood will win by 200 points. Come on, Mask. I think Collingwood will win, but yeah, they're not going to smash them. Then those games are normally close. When was the last time that game was a blowout? I'm curious. But yeah, Essendon, Richmond, like based off form, I want to go Richmond. But this is based off form. Essendon can definitely beat them, but confidence could be low. But you know they're not losing easy games, so it's just like So either I go for a team that's on the losing streak a little bit, but they're not they're losing hard games, not easy games. But this is another test. Or go for a team that's only won 3 games this season, and 2 of those are last 2 rounds, which is important because it's the last 2 rounds, so they have momentum. I'll go Richmond, screw it. But the thing is, if I tip this, I'm thinking, I should have tipped that. If I tip that, I'm thinking I should have tipped this. It's one of those games. To me, it's 50-50. Hawthorn, West Coast. This would be my gauntlet tip as well. I'm going to go Collingwood against Carlton. Again, Collingwood have lost 1 game all season. Brisbane at the Gabba. So at the moment, I'm not sure if Carlton can give him a second loss. But I could be wrong. The Giants v St Kilda. This could be quite interesting. I think it's possible the Giants could do something, you know. But do I want to take the risk? No. So yeah, potentially round of the season. Potentially, it's got all the you got a potential classic here, a potential classic here, a potential classic here, a potential spoon decider here, and a lot of potential upsets. And you got 6 versus 8 as well over here, and you got the Q clash. And you never know, Sydney playing so badly, you never know that one. So we could have a great round. I predict the worst game will be 3-0 Geelong. I think Geelong win by like 30 points or something. blowout every time they played 2016-2020. So 3 years ago then. Back when Carlton were a bit worse. This week you're going Hawks for Gauntlet. Yeah, same. You're tipping Essendon. Giants have potential to cause the upset. Yeah, they do have potential. They do have potential. I am kind of tempted to change that one as well. I don't know why. It's just a feeling. I want to change this one, but if I change it, I'm just like I might want to change it back. Right, let me check the comp. It says I got 5, but I actually got 6. So if I refresh, it should be all right. Yeah, 658. Only 2 off Ben, who is currently clearly winning. So fair play. Who's down at the bottom then? Kev in 67th. Wow. Yeah, it's not bad. I think I didn't have a very good start, so you know, I had a few really good rounds. There's one round I got 8. I was really glad I didn't get 9 because I took a risk. The highest point scorer has got 66. It's him again, right? I'm sure it's. I swear he's changed his username. I'm pretty sure it's Imran though. All right, so gauntlets. Has to be Hawthorn. It was either going to be Hawthorn or North, but considering the comments I've read, North seems way too risky. Seems like because I got to put it on North at some point, but like, yeah, they surely have. When did they played West Coast yet? I hope they haven't. They have played West Coast, haven't they? I'm pretty sure they have. Who they beat in round 1? Yeah. Oh, they've played West Coast. What? How am I gonna? I mean, look. Last year, I looked too far ahead and I lost. So let's not think too far ahead. All right, we'll stick it on Hawthorn. Get Hawthorn out the way. And then we got quite a strong showing. I think if I get that far, I think the bye rounds are causing a few problems for sure. But yeah, we still got these 2 left. Dogs and Geelong, I'm sure, will get some more wins. Brisbane will get some wins. Essendon, Gold Coast will. I'm just not sure when. Essendon will. West Coast and North are the main problems. Giants as well. You just got to tip them the right game. But yeah, tipping Adelaide against St Kilda definitely paid off, especially considering some thought St Kilda would win that game. Which they could have, but you know I thought it was worth the risk. Adelaide Oval, and it was worth the risk. Hawthorn Geelong used to be always close. Guess what happened? One team got better than the other. Always close is meaningless. Yeah, but Carlton were slipping outside the 8 already last year, and Collingwood Carlton was very close. Still. If nobody ever tips North correctly, the ratings won't wins anyway. Yeah, but what if North win a game and someone gets it, and then they've just won? Well, unless multiple people do that. I did select my team. I need to make sure to save because there was 1 week it didn't save, so I'm just like, why is it not saving? Oi. There you go. I was going to say. Can't be doing that to me. Did it save? Yeah, it saved. Okay. I was worrying for a bit there. My gauntlet tip is Hawthorn. Team, it says round. Okay, I mean it will update. It will update. But yeah, 6. I should have got 7. I don't know why I did that. I don't know why I did that. Okay. So there are my tips. I'm kind of tempted to change this one. And maybe this one. But I'll stick. Could the Giants do it? I don't know. So I'm tempted. I want to do it. I want to do it. When is West Coast going to be on corner? Because I'm going to eventually have to tip them. I don't know, mate. Who could they beat realistically? Are they playing North at some point at Optus? I know they've played already, but are they playing again? North play West Coast and Hawks again. I might have to tip North against Hawks. It'll be at Marvel, surely, because we played in Tasmania before. North play West Coast again, and North lose every game for the rest of the season. West Coast play North at home. So what you're saying is I can completely avoid West Coast and North until they play each other. Is that what you're saying? Let me check. I did that off on a different monitor because when I open the new tab, it's just news, just world news, and it's just really depressing stuff. And YouTube would be like, "That's political, demonetized." Anyway, YouTube's never done that, but I'm just saying. Right, where am I? Fixture. North Melbourne. They missed up. It was a close game as well. I completely forgot about that. Right, where's this West Coast logo? There it is. Why is it not telling me the round? What are you doing? Why can't I see what round it is? I'm just... Right, it'll be like here. Yeah, there it is. It's round 20. Round 20. If I make it that far. Last year, I looked so far ahead, and I just lost the next week. But then again, I put it on North, who lost every game. So, like, that was just me being an idiot. But yeah, if I last that long... Adelaide was not a good tip. How is it not? You never know of Adelaide. They could lose a bunch of games. They're nowhere near perfect. I got them out the way. Let's look at Adelaide's fixtures. Dogs, Brisbane. They got Gold Coast as well soon. Yeah, West Coast. Could have used it on that, to be fair. Collingwood. Yeah, they got some easy games, to be fair, but like, I feel like it's good to get them out of the way because there's definitely some games they could lose, and you never know. Like in this round, there could be another game that's a better tip. So I reckon it's a good tip to get them out of the way because they're not completely reliable. I'm keeping the reliable teams in it, like Collingwood and Melbourne. Wait, have I still got Melbourne in it? I think I've used Brisbane now, which is probably going to be a problem. I haven't used Brisbane. I haven't used Brisbane yet. I got Melbourne, Collingwood, and Brisbane in the bank. All right, look, we're good. I got Essendon as well. We're good. We're good. I've even got Freo out of the way. We've got some good things. We just need to worry about when to tip Suns at the right point. That's the main thing. Like, as soon as I get... Actually, to be fair, Sydney will be a problem as well. And the Giants. But, you know... I think we can still have this. Yeah, but round 23, like, look, we should not think too far ahead, all right? Let's get Hawthorn in round 10, and then we'll think about round 11, all right? What's happening round 11 anyway? See, this is what I'm making a mistake again. I'm thinking too far. I still got Geelong as well. That's I forgot to mention that, and the Dogs. I've got some strong teams left, sir. This could be the perfect Essendon time because they're not on good form. I'm thinking too far ahead, guys. I'm thinking too far ahead, but Essendon round 11 sounds fun. Is that the tactic, guys? Just tip whoever's playing the Eagles. What happens in the buy round then? Who'd you tip then? Yeah, but Collingwood, that's too safe. Then you could tip Essendon against North, actually. Essendon playing North in round 11. Round 12, sorry. So I could tip someone else in this round. Sometimes it's good to look ahead. Sometimes it's good to look ahead because you can spot stuff like that. St Kilda. I know they're a favourite, but like that could be. I wouldn't mind getting them out of the way because they don't win every game. Could go St Kilda than Essendon. If I shouldn't think too far ahead, tip Collingwood. Why risk Hawthorn? Because they're playing West Coast. What do you mean? We need to get the lower teams out the way. Hawthorn are last, and this is one game they could win. So like, yeah, you got to go for Hawthorn there. All right, look, I've got big. I mean, I can't say that. There's people of all ages watching this, but I've got the gall. That's a good alternate word. I got the bravery. Yeah, that's a good word. I got that. That's not inappropriate. I got the bravery to tip the Giants. Okay, I just pointed at the monitor as if you can see that. What do you mean? I am thinking ahead. No, I mean like thinking ahead to who I'm going to tip the next rounds. I don't mean thinking ahead in terms of like getting a team out of the way. That's different. Getting a team, what you want to do is you want to get a team that's low out the way, so that in a future round you don't have to use them anymore. You just get them out the way, so it's a bit easier. That's a little bit different. I'm talking about specifically thinking ahead to whom I'm going to tip the next few rounds, or further down. Like one of you was saying round 23. I don't want to think that far ahead. Jeez. But yeah, even though I did a stream. But yeah, half this video has been about the damn gauntlet. But yeah, my gauntlet tip is Hawthorn. I think it can definitely happen. I mean, it's probably the one game of the season will be favourites. So I know we play North again at some point, but I think that's a good tip. So the Giants is one I changed. I think they could do that. But yeah, Collingwood, Hawthorn, Richmond, Brisbane, Geelong, Western Bulldogs, Sydney, Melbourne. This potentially best round of the season. I've said it 10 times already, but you got Port v Melbourne. You got Essendon, Richmond, and you got Carlton, Collingwood. Those are 3 potential classics. Then you got the potential spoon decider. You got the Q clash. You got some potential upsets. Probably won't happen, but you never know. You got 6th versus 8th, and you got St Kilda travelling away to the Giants Stadium. So could be a great round, or it could be all blowouts. So we shall find out. We shall find out. This is your boy Davidoff. I'm never going to get this because this arrives in the damn buy rounds. Please like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching. Have a good day and goodbye.